Hi, this is Byrd, and I'm going to go through my album Rave Digger track by track. So the first track on the album is a track called Ill Behaviour featuring IK. This is a track kind of samples the original Renegade Master by Wild Child. We've got IK to re-vocal it, kind of gives it a bit more originality. One of those tracks that has a massive kind of intro to it, and then a big kind of drop. A track that took a long time to make, but it's had a lot of radio love, and yeah, I'm still not sick of hearing it at the moment. The next track on the album, track number 2, is a track featuring Scientific and IK again, the vocalist. It's called Judgment Day. Scientific's a very good friend of mine, and this is one of those tracks that happened very organically. He sent me a loop, I thought I could do something with it, and he came down to Bath for a couple of sessions, and we just kind of rolled it out. Once we got IK's vocal on it, it kind of took off from there. It's a real homage to kind of like early NWA and West Coast hip hop, but with a drum and bass feel. The third track on the album is a track called Tonight featuring Netsky. Netsky's a new artist on Hospital relatively, and it was great to work with some younger talent, and something again that he came down to Bath for a couple of days, and we just kind of rolled it out in the studio. Spent a long time on this track just on the breakdown alone, and I kind of, Boris is like a very enthusiastic guy, so it gave me kind of confidence to try out some ideas and even kind of sing on the track through auto-tune and give it that Daft Punk kind of feel. So that was something quite unique. So track number 4 is a Rave Skit. This is I suddenly got the idea that I should kind of do some fake newsreader type footage, because a lot of the stuff from the rave scene, there's lots of old footage of raves on TV from the early 90s on the news, where they thought that acid house parties would take over the world, and there was lots of media interest. So I kind of wanted to play on that, but kind of put a bit of tongue-in-cheek into it, and it kind of yeah, I got my friend Martin to do that, because he's brilliant at impersonating any vocal you can imagine. So yeah, he was invaluable in that.
During the early hours of Saturday morning, an acid house party is in full swing near Bath. Up to 3,000 people had gathered to attend the illegal party, held at a disused warehouse. At approximately 5 AM, police arrived in full riot gear to break up what people are now calling a rave.
Track number 5 is a track called Hot Fuzz, which leads perfectly out of the Rave TV Skit. This is kind of probably the most rave influenced track on the album. This is my kind of idea of taking like a Prodigy kind of Experience era track and moving it to drum and bass. It's got big pianos into it. It has lots of different sections. There's about 4 tracks in one. This is something I did with Tomahawk as well, who does a lot of my A&R here at Hospital, and he came down and kind of put enough work in it to be a feature for him as well. Number 6 is the only non-drum and bass track on the album. It's called We Can Have It All. That's a track that kind of again features on that rave kind of tip, but it's a lot slower. It's more breakbeat driven. I also got sweet female vocalist on there, very kind of dance vocal from a girl called Victoria Beaumont, and yeah, that's the non-drum and bass track on the album, but I still feel it fits into the whole kind of concept of what I have here. Number 7 is a track called Failsafe featuring Tony Coleman, London Elektricity. This is a track that we had many an argument about, but I love Tony to bits. This was something that just went back and forth, and Tony was really buzzed up about this track, and he kind of did a lot of the musical parts for this, and I kind of arranged it on and kind of sorted out the mix down on there. Really good to work with him finally. Number 8 is the Sweet Harmony track. Obviously the original was done by Liquid, and this was a track that I kind of remixed earlier in the year. It had a lot of radio success. I thought it'd be stupid not to put it on an album called Rave Digger, so it's part of the project as well. Number 9 is another Rave TV Skit. This one's more about me. It's like playing a kind of joke making out that I've been in court for the rave that I put on in the earlier Rave TV Skit, and yeah, just having a kind of real sort of tongue-in-cheek and name-dropping Bath locations and stuff. So it's yeah, it's just a little bit of fun.
The mood out here has gone from peaceful protest to outrage at the sentencing of Daniel Byrd just moments ago.
Number 10 is a track called Planet Earth, and that's kind of really kind of out of space by the Prodigy influenced, and I got a reggae vocalist, Dennis, to sing the hook on that, and yeah, it was just, yeah, it was kind of like out of space meets drum and bass. Number 11 is a track called Quantum Leap. Always on my albums, like my last album was a track called Labyrinth, and I like tracks that kind of build up and just very euphoric and just keep on building and don't break down, and kind of just very kind of epic but with a melancholic feel. And I think Quantum Leap is my kind of track for that, for this album. It features Terry Pace, who's a vocalist that's worked quite a few times with hospital artists, and she's there doing her kind of operatic vocals. I think it works really well. Number 12 is a track called Wait For Me. This is something I started with Zarif, who's a vocalist I've worked with before, or remixed before, sorry. And yeah, it's a track that kind of, it's not a dance floor track, it just plays to her kind of folky, kind of earthy strengths, and I got my friend Steve to record guitars for it as well. It's kind of got an old school Danny Byrd feel to it as well, but with some old school breaks. It's a nice track to have on the end of the album. And number 13, finally, the last track, is a track called Manali, and this is a track kind of inspired by all the early good looking stuff, very early Bookham kind of Demons theme and Horizons. It features a lot of those old sounds as well, and obviously it features the Amen break, and I feel like each album that I do should probably feature at least one track with the Amen break on it. Someone Facebooked me and gave me an idea for the title. It was a picture of an actual street in Derby called Amen Alley, so I thought that was perfect to end the album on. So this is Danny Byrd, this is my album Rave Digger. I've just been talking through the album track by track. You can get it now on iTunes and the Hospital Shop.